Hey y'all, how y'all doing? When I tell y'all that alarm for this live will go off for me no matter what, like it makes sure it goes off and be like, girl, you supposed to be live. It's 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock. So today we're gonna be talking about how you can pretty much just make money online, starting your own business at home. Now, this is not something complicated. All you have to do is, well, it's not all you have to do, I should say. I'm going to give you the top three things that you do need so that you can get started, because some things I can't say on the live video because of professional reasons. But I'm going to give you the meat and potatoes so that you can actually get started. Okay. So if you are looking to make some extra money and you're trying to figure out what you can do at home and still make the money, then this is the video for you. Okay. So I'm gonna give you the top three things that you need. You don't need a high school diploma, you don't need a degree, you don't need a certification, and you do not need prior experience. Now, I still have not figured out how to share my screen. So guys, please bear with me as I learn how to do this here on YouTube. But we're gonna go over the first thing that you do need so that you can get started. Okay. So if you want to make $1,000 a day from the comfort of your home, you definitely can do this by doing what I'm going to explain to you. But in order to get started, you are going to need what we call a P10. Okay. Let me see here how I can share my screen with you guys so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see here. This is the one I want right here. Okay. Also share audio. All right, here we go. So as you can see here on my screen, you're going to need what we call a P10. Okay, so you're going to get the P10 from the IRS website. Okay, so in order to do this, you are going to need the P10. Okay, and that is your preparer tax identification number. Now, the way you get it is by going to the IRS. Okay, so let me show you what you need to do. So in order to get it from the IRS, okay, a lot of people don't know how to get there directly, so I'm gonna show you how to get there. So this is the number one thing that you're gonna need. So I see someone in here. Hello, how you doing? Say hello in the comments and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. So the first thing you need to do is go to IRS, and then in the search bar, as you see, I'm typing. Type in. I'm putting IRS. I'm not supposed to put in IRS. Type in P10. Okay. When you type in P10, hit the enter button. Okay. When you hit enter, this little box here is going to come up. When this comes up, you want the one right here at the top where it says recommended by the IRS. Right here, it says prepare a tax identification number. That's the one you want, guys. Okay. This is where you want to be. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do, guys. It is not complicated. You see right here on the screen where it says do not, let me get my mouse. Let me highlight it. Do not have a P10 and need to obtain one. This is where you need to be. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And again, it takes less than 15 minutes to get, and it costs $18.75. Okay. So you can literally, while you're sitting here watching this video with me, even if you're watching a replay, you can go and take the time and go to the IRS right now and get your P10. You don't need a high school diploma. You don't need a degree. You don't need a certification, and you do not need previous experience. Remember, I told you guys before, there is free training out there. So you can actually go and get your P10 today for $18.75. So you can put yourself in the business of making $1,000 a day. So now, once you get your P10, okay, once you get your P10, you are now legally, okay, you are now legally allowed to charge other people to do their taxes. So let's think about that, right? You get your P10, you get everything set up. I'm going to tell you the other things that you're going to need. You get everything set up. You have a goal to do, let's say, 2 tax returns a day. You do 2 tax returns a day. Each one of those tax returns, you charge $500. That's $1,000 a day for you. Okay? $1,000 a day for you in your pocket. But you gotta get the P10 in order to get started. So you do need the P10. You don't need a degree. You don't need a certification. You don't need a high school diploma. You don't even need previous experience. But you are gonna need that P10 in order to do this legally. Okay, so that's number one. Now, I know we only got one person in here, and that's okay. I don't care if it's just me and you or it's just me by myself. I'm going to teach this class, okay? Now, for my person that is listening to me, do you have any questions about number one? Okay? Do you have any questions about number one? We're talking about how you can make money at home, make $1,000 a day, $1,000 a day from the comfort of your home. Okay? And we're on number one. You can make $1,000 a day from the comfort of your home, but you need to get these things. Any questions about number one? Put it in the comments for me, and then we'll move on. No questions about number one. I see 3 people in here. Can I get each and every one of you to give this video a thumbs up? Can I get you guys to give me a thumbs up? Can I get you guys to give me a thumbs up, please? I really appreciate that. Well, I see 2 people in here. Can I get you 2 people to give me a thumbs up? Thank you. One person did it. I appreciate you. I'm not sure who did it, but I do appreciate you. So no questions about number one. Okay? All right. So number one is the P10. In order to get into the game so you can make $1,000 a day, you are going to need your P10. Okay? It is not complicated to get your P10. It does not take all day to get the P10. Listen, when I tell you guys, my 8-year-old can do this. Okay? If my 8-year-old can do this, I know for a fact you can do this, but you just have to do the paperwork. What happens with a lot of people, they hear information and they never do the paperwork, right? So that is why they never see themselves making the money that we're talking about, because they never actually do the paperwork. But if you actually sit down and go and get your P10 today, you'll be already in the game. Okay? You'll have some other things that you need to set up, but you'll already be in the game. Now keep this in mind, because a lot of people will say, oh, you don't need to you can't start. What I'm gonna do about the off season, guys? It's no off season. Okay, when it comes to taxes, okay, there's no off season. You can run your tax business all year long. Okay, you can run your tax business all year long. And when I tell you the amount of money that you can make in this business is mind blowing. I'm going to tell you guys a story. When I first got started with my tax business, at first I was working in corporate America as an accountant. Of course, you guys know that's what I went to college for. I got my degree as an accountant. So, of course, that's what I was doing. And I found myself not liking the environment I was in. Not so much not liking my career, but not liking the environment. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. So I had to figure out, how could I still do what I love to do, but in a different environment. So then that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna start my own accounting firm. And then I end up meeting with a guy that was started telling me about taxes. And he was like, you don't need your degree to start a tax business. You can actually go start it now if you want to. So I'm like, okay, let me look into it. Let me check it out. Y'all, when I checked it out, I was like, okay, I ran the numbers are good. My very, very first year, y'all. My very first year. I'm not even going to talk about my first year, because y'all probably think I'm lying, but I'm not. I tell y'all, I'm not lying. My very first month, I did my grand opening that January, and I started, y'all. I made over $80,000 in 1 month. I kid you not. Over $80,000 in 1 month. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I myself in the beginning was like, what? Did you just do that? Like, did you? And I'm talking about legal money, guys. No scamming, no fraud, no nothing, right? Legal money, 80 grand. You talking about a girl at this time? I probably was I had just turned 25 years old. So 25 years old, making $80,000 a month. Okay. Even like with that happening to me, some people be like, dang, I ain't got to do nothing else. But I kept going. So, of course, I made more money. But you can make $200K in less than 6 months in this business. And you can do 6 months on and 6 months off. But you got to get the P10. If you don't get the P10, then you ain't really trying to do nothing. Okay? But you have to get the P10. I see 4 people in here. If I can get the 2 people that hasn't gave the video a thumbs up, if you guys can give it a thumbs up, I really would appreciate that. Okay? All right, so guys, let's do a quiz, and we're going to go to number 2. What is number 1? How do you get access to start making $1,000 a day? How do you get access to start making $1,000 a day? What do you need? We're on number 1. And then we're going to go to number 2. You guys, ain't no gatekeeping over here. Y'all know me. I don't do no gatekeeping. I'm here to help y'all. I want to see y'all thrive. I want to see y'all live the best life that y'all can live if y'all want to do that, right? Everybody put in the comments, what is number 1? Self-love, you got it. Ebony, you got it. Okay. PTM. So, because, hey, so you know what to do. Where do you got, listen, guys, where do you get the PTM from? In order to get in the game so you can start making $1,000 a day, I see you, Barbara. Where do you get the PTM from? Where you getting it from? We're not doing no gatekeeping. I want y'all to write this stuff down. And I want y'all to use this to y'all advantage. IRS, thank you. How long does it take to get, guys? How long does it take to get? Come on, I see you, Ebony. Y'all paying attention. How long does it take to get? I see you, Barbara. How long does it take to get? I see you, self-love. Okay, y'all ain't moving fast enough. So that means y'all, there you go, less than 15 minutes. There you go, right away. So you can get it less than 15 minutes. How much does it cost, guys? How much does it cost? Come on. How much is it going to cost you to get it? So that you can start making $1,000 a day. How much is it going to cost you? Almost right. Almost right. Almost right. $18.75. $18.75. Come on, friends. You cannot tell me that you guys do not have $18.75. Exactly, Barbara. Correct. You can't tell me you don't have $18.75 to invest in yourself. You can literally go and get it. Any of you guys in here already have your PTM? Anybody in here already have their PTM? We're on number one. We're going to go to number two in a minute. I just want to make sure you guys understand number one. Because number one is going to put you in the game so that you can make this $1,000 a day. Number one is going to put you in the game so that you can legally make $1,000 a day. Okay, Barbara, you already have it. Good job. Do you already have a tax business up and running? Are you already making six figures in your tax business? Mm-hmm. Who in here already have a tax business? If you're already in here and you have a tax business, are you struggling with getting clients and getting to that $1,000 a day? Oh, no, you don't have a tax business yet? Okay. Self-love, you have a tax business already? Barbara said no, she don't have a tax business already. Self-love, do you already have one? I see you say yes here. So I'm not sure if you're saying you already have a tax business. Okay. So number one is the P10. Okay. So no, not yet. Okay, cool. Now let's go to number two. So number one, guys, I'm telling you, simple, easy. All you have to do is go over there to the site and get it. Let's go to number two. Okay. We're going to do number two. Number two, guys, is going to be the EFIN. It's going to be the EFIN. Let me put it here on the screen for you guys. My computer want to work slowly on me. I just need there we go. That's what I need. All right. So number two, let me move this box down. It's going to be your EFIN. Okay, guys? It's number two, the EFIN. EFIN. Anybody in here have an EFIN? Anybody in here already have an EFIN? Anybody in here already have an EFIN? If you do, let me know. Okay? So number two is the EFIN. That is the electronic filing identification number. Okay? I'm going to say that again for you guys. That is the electronic filing identification number. That is number two. You have to get this number, okay? When you start this business, you don't want to be the person that's going to go start up and join up under somebody's team and splitting your revenue and things like that. You want to go and get your EFIN. Are we on the same page, guys? Give me a yes in the comments if we're on the same page. Give me a yes in the comments if we're on the same page. You need to get the EFIN. The EFIN is going to allow you to electronically file the taxes directly to the IRS, okay? So think about the H&R Blocks and the Jackson Hewitts and myself and other tax businesses that you see. We are required to have an EFIN to be able to keep making this type of money that we're making. And that is so that we can electronically file the taxes to the IRS, okay? Now, in order to get the EFIN, guys, you need to go to the IRS. Very, very simple. It's an application, okay? Let me ask you guys a question, and it's not a trick question. If you don't know, it's okay. I just wanted you to put a guess out there. How much do you guys think a EFIN costs? See, because this is ways to make money. You guys just don't know what to do. And if you are willing to sit down and do the paperwork, you can literally put yourself in a position to be making some great money. How much do you guys think the EFIN is? Exactly. It's free. It's free. Anybody need me to show you how to get to the EFIN application? It is free. It is completely free, guys, but you do have to do a background check. So number one was the P10. Number two is the EFIN. Both of them you get off the IRS website. The P10 costs $18.75. The EFIN is free. The EFIN is free. So you have nothing to lose. It's this you should definitely invest in this so that you can put yourself in a position where you're making $1,000 a day. Okay. Now you don't want to run out there and just go and get the EFIN, because there are going to be some other things that you need to set this business up. There's some things I cannot say here on this video, but keep in mind, I'm giving you the top 3 things because I want to give you the meat and potatoes so you can know exactly what you need to do. So you're going to need the EFIN, and just for, educational purposes, because I know that there's going to be somebody that's going to come on this live and watch it later, and they're going to need to know how to get the EFIN. And I'm not going to be here, so they're going to be in my comments asking how to get the EFIN. So what we're going to do is we're going to show them how to get rid of the EFIN. Okay? So let's go here and share this screen. And like I said, you do this completely from home, guys. Completely from home. Let's do this. I want to do this. There we go. All right? Completely from home. All right. So when you're on the IRS website, it's going to be a little bit different than I told you how to get the P10. A lot of people get really, really confused when they're trying to go and get their EFIN. Now, remember, I don't want you running out there getting your EFIN today, because there are going to be some other things that you want to get in order before you jump out there and get your EFIN and start that application. You don't want to prolong this process because it takes up to 45 days. But my students have been seeing a 2-week turnaround, but because they follow a 15-step process. So remember that there are other things that you need to put in place before you jump out there and get that EFIN, because you don't want to prolong that application, okay? So don't jump out there and go and get that right away. But in order to get to that application, so you're not confused and you don't know where to go, I'm going to show you exactly where you need to go, okay? You're going to hit right here, guys, where you see Tax Pros. Do you guys see my mouse right here going over that little box that says Tax Pros? Do you guys see that? Just give me a yes in the comments. Do you guys see that? You guys see that? It's right there at the top. I'm going to show you how to get the EFIN. Okay. So when you click on there where it says Tax Pros, okay, here's what you want to do. You're going to get this screen right here. Okay? You see this screen right here? You can go right here where it says Access e-Services, but sometimes people feel like that's too complicated for them. So don't worry about that. Here's a simple way. Right here where you see e-file providers, do you see this where my mouse is over here where it says e-file providers? Do you guys see that? Just give me a yes in the comments. That way I know you guys are good. Just give me a yes in the comments. Do you guys see that, Ebony? You guys see that? Right here where it says e-file providers, okay? Yeah, thank you, self-love. So you go ahead and click on that, right? You want to click on that. And it's going to basically tell you about e-file providers and things like that. You can read all of that. But right here, you want to go right here to become an authorized e-filer, because that's what you want to do. You want to become an authorized e-filer. So you click right here where it says become an authorized e-filer. You're going to click on that box. And this is where it's going to tell you everything that you need to do in order to get your free EFIN, okay? And as you see right here, step 1, access the IRS e-file application, submit your application, pass your background check, okay? And that's all you're going to need to do. So then when you get ready to do that, you just go step by step. Step 1, access e-file application. You're going to click right here where it says e-services. Remember, we talked about that earlier. And then right here, because again, they're going to give you a lot of different boxes. Don't confuse yourself. Just go ahead and click on this box right here that says access e-file services. And then right here, do you guys see where it says access e-file application? Okay, because you're going to see other things. You see how you see e-file transmission and all that. You want this one right here. Okay, you guys see that? Okay, so you hit on this one. This is when you're going to have to log in. Okay, this is going to require you to have to log in to go through this process. So if you don't have an ID Me account already, you want to go ahead and create you an ID account, because you're going to need to go ahead and sign in. And then when you sign in, you can go through the application. We're good? Everybody understand number two? Everybody understand number two? Yes, no? Any questions about one or two? Any questions about one or two? This is not complicated, guys. You want to change your financial situation? I'm telling you, this is one of the best investments I ever made. Best investments I ever made. If you have questions about number two, one or two, put them in the comments for me. If you're ready for me to move on to number three, put 3 in the comments. Thank you. I see you. Shamar. If you're ready to go to number 3, we can go to number 3 if you guys are good. Just let me know that you guys are ready to go to number 3. I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, we're going to go to number 3. All right. So again, number 1 was the P10. Number 2 was Ethan. Now let's go to number 3. Okay. So number 3 is very, very simple, guys. Nothing too complicated. Okay. It's the software. Okay. You guys are going to need professional software. So you're going to need professional tax software. Where's my little drive? Well, I put it in my lockbox already. So you do want to lock your stuff up, because again, you are dealing with sensitive information. So every day when I'm done in my home office, like I said, you do this from home. I have a lockbox for my drive that my software is on. And you can put your software on your computer, but again, you need to make sure you safeguard your computer if you have it stored on your computer. But I have mine on an external hard drive. So I just lock that up, and you need that software to actually do the taxes. It's going to make it very, very easy for you, and it's going to make it where you can make your money very, very quickly, because you can do taxes by hand, but that's so old. Who wants to be doing that? Okay. Now, remember I told you guys these are the top 3 important things that you need. You cannot get software without an EFIN. Okay. So you must have that EFIN first before you can actually go and buy software. Okay. Software can run you anywhere from $500 on up. Guys, there are some very, very expensive ones, but there are some inexpensive ones that actually work. I've never paid over $1,000. I've never even paid $1,000 for my software. Okay. Now, I do not talk publicly about the software that I use. I only share that with my students for professional reasons, and I don't give any recommendations on my live again for professional reasons. So I don't let people put software information in the comments, because the reason why I don't do that is because I like to protect you guys, because in this industry, we can white label software, and I don't want you to get a hold of a white label software and they don't have the things that you need so that you can be successful. So when I'm talking about white labeling software, what that means is, as a professional, I can go directly to the vendor, buy a couple of licenses from them, put my name on their software, and resell it to you for a lower cost. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to buy the customer service, the support, the training, and the update. So you're not going to be getting all that stuff that you would have normally got had you went directly to the vendor. So I leave that at your discretion, but I do highly recommend that you go directly to the vendor. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? I do advise that you go directly to the vendor, and I'll show you guys how you can look up software. Okay. Let me go over here and open up another tab here, and let me go to my Google. Okay. And if you want to look for software, here's what you need to do. You just go here on Google, and you type in tax software, and you need to do for tax professionals. Don't just do tax software, because if you just do tax software, what's going to happen? You're going to get a lot of searches for as if you were trying to do your own taxes. Okay. So you want to do tax software for tax professionals. Okay. So you'll click on that, and as you'll see, there are going to be quite a few of them that's going to come up. You want to call them. You want to make sure you interview them. You want to know if these companies are open. Listen, y'all, let's see who is paying attention. Do you run this business all year long? Do you run your tax business all year long? Let's see who knows the answer. Yes, right, Ebony? You do, right? Self-love, you do. So that's why you need, Barbara, you need to get on the phone. You need to get on the phone with the software company. And you need to make sure that you've at least tried to attempt to review their customer service, the level of customer service they have, how they're answering their phones. You need to ask them, are they open all year long? What days are they closed, right? Because you need to make sure they are available for you all year, because you're going to be running this business all year long. Okay. You also need to ask them about the back end fees. Okay. So just like the P10, I don't think I mentioned that earlier. You're gonna renew your P10 every year. Same thing with your software. You're gonna renew your software every year. So you need to make sure you know what type of contract you're getting into. Make sure you know how much the back end fees are. Okay. So if you have a software, you may pay, let's say you pay $600 for your software, right? That's the software. But you need to know, how much am I going to be charged every time I submit a tax return through that software? Does that make sense? Whether it's going to be $7, $12, $50, $70, $100, $200, whatever it is, you need to know what that is, because you got to remember, you have to include those fees in your pricing so that you can actually make some money. Am I making sense? Am I making sense, guys? I hope I'm making sense. Does this make sense? Tell me if it doesn't. Like, be honest. Don't be afraid to ask me questions, because that's why I'm here with you guys. Okay. So that's the top 3 things you guys do need, right? There are going to be some other things that you need. Like I said, the best thing you can do if you want to do this by yourself, just go on your Google, how to start a tax business. Of course, these top 3 things should, if these top 3 things are not on there, then you're looking at the wrong information. Okay. And like I say, I tell y'all all the time, I cannot verify that everything that you find on Google is going to be accurate. Okay. But you are more than willing to go on Google and say, hey, how do I start a tax business? Okay. There's so many different resources out there. But if you want to know how to do it the way I did it, in the way that is working for myself and my students, then you would definitely want to be a student. And I would take you, like I say, I would take you through everything, take you through all the steps, take you through everything from A to Z on how to get it set up, how to get your clients, how to market your business properly so that your phone can be ringing and you don't just have a business, but you're actually in business and making money. Okay, guys, let me see. We got about 4 more minutes. Any questions before I go? And if you would like to be a student, just let me know in the comments and I can tell you more about the program. We can talk about the pricing and things like that as well. And if you do become a student on the live, y'all know I always do the live discount. So I will do a live discount if there's anybody in here that want to be a student. But any questions about getting started, how do you make the money, right? You're going to be making the money by doing the taxes. Don't be afraid. Ask me any questions you have, guys. I'm here to help you. Any questions, guys? I can't believe we always almost at our 30-minute mark. I feel like we just got started. I feel like I just started teaching y'all. But you guys are good students. You guys are good students. You pay attention. Number 1, P10. Number 2, EFIN. Number 3, software. The only thing that gets me is the marketing. So if the marketing, if the only thing that you having a problem with is marketing, you can definitely do a pick my brain with me and we can go over some strategies on how to market your business. So you can just book a pick my brain instead of becoming a student. The difference between just picking my brain, that's just a one-time call with me. But if you're a student, you got me, and you got me from the beginning to the end, and then I go through your very first tax season with you. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. But if you just need help with marketing, definitely book a pick my brain call with me, and we can go over that, chop that up, and tell you what you need to do so you can get paid. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions before we go? And I will put let me give you guys, I'm gonna give you guys if you Yeah, if you're watching this as a replay, or you do decide later that you want to become a student, I'm going to put the my coaching information here in the chat for you guys. But if you are watching this video and you do decide that you want to be a student, and you come back and tell me that you want the live discount, and you just text me on my cell phone number, because I know you watched this video, I'll give you a special discount. Okay, I'm gonna put my number in the chat too. Okay, so you have the website and as well as my number. Okay, Barbara, any questions? Ebony, any questions? There's somebody else in here, but I don't know who they are. They haven't been talking to me, so I don't know who they are. Any other questions, guys, about becoming a student, about number 1, 2, or 3? And like I said, marketing, don't make marketing complicated. Like, you don't want to be that person, like you probably see online. Everybody's trying to post in all of these different Facebook groups and things like that. You don't want to be that person, okay? You want to actually have a real marketing strategy that's actually going to produce income for you, okay? Any questions? No? Why y'all be acting like y'all scared to talk to me? Why y'all be acting like y'all scared to ask me questions? Anybody in here already have a tax business? You probably see a lot of people running around talking about they're doing taxes now. We normally, in my office, of course, because I run a luxury tax business, I won't be doing taxes until probably February 1st. Yes, this is totally different than my academy. So my digital products academy, that teaches you how to sell digital products. Remember how we do make $500 a day selling digital products? This is taxes. On average, it depends on you, right? 10 grand a day is not unusual, right? But for y'all scary people, I always tell you $1,000 a day. And I know $1,000 a day can change your life. Hell yeah. But you look, you don't even need 10 clients a day. But you can. You don't need 10 clients a day. Don't be scary with your little scary self. Don't be scary. Don't be scary. I can listen. I can have 3 clients in a day and make $5,000. Okay? It's all about how you position yourself. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about how you position yourself. Are you willing to do the work? And the way I show my students how to get clients, their office should never be dry. Never be dry. And you're not going to listen. You do not want to be chasing after the Pookies and Ray Rays. That's why I tell you I run a luxury tax business. I'm on a different level. I'm not chasing Pookies and Ray Rays. I'm not going to chase anybody that's going to be beating my door down on January 2nd for for what do you call it, the cash advances. I'm not doing that. Yep. 5 a day. 5 a day. You could do 5 a day at $500 a piece. Okay? That's $2,500 for you. You see that? 5 a day at $500 a piece. That's $2,500. Those are basic tax returns. If you fixing tax returns, that's going up. You got to remember, if you fixing tax returns, that's at least $1,000 a piece, and that's 5 people a day. And you fixing 5 people tax returns a day, that's $5,000 a day. Does that make sense? So out the door with this just a basic tax return, that's $500. Does that make sense? Don't make this complicated. Yeah. Easy. And I'm telling you, like after your first year, you're gonna be a beast at it. Because you're gonna get all those jitters out, all those butterflies, all that scariness that you got going on. That's gonna go away. Because baby, you making racks a day. Well, at least you should be if you're doing what I'm telling you to do. There are some people that don't make no money. I will be honest with you. There are some people that start this business and don't make any money because they don't know how to get the clients, right? They're They're in that rat race with everybody else competing for the same old type of clientele. You have to reposition yourself in this business to do the numbers I'm talking about. And that's what I teach my students how to do. Okay? So that's the important part of it. You have to make sure you're not positioning yourself to be a person that's going to be chasing clients. You don't chase clients, your clients chase you. Does that make sense? I don't chase clients. They come and find me. My clients are knocking down my door. They've been calling me since November. Okay? You want your clients to chase you because you're good at what you do. There's free training out there. So if you've never done taxes before, you can take the free training. You don't have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get trained on how to do taxes. The only coaching you should really be paying for is somebody actually showing you how to get the leads. All that other stuff is at your fingertips. You want somebody guiding you and showing you how to actually get the money. They don't do the marketing right. Exactly. Yeah. And that's true. Some don't make no money because they don't do the marketing right. It's not that they can't make the money, right? They have the potential to make the money. They just have to know how to properly market the business. And that's where a lot of people struggle at. Okay. And that's why I always tell my students the bulk of what you're really paying for is that blueprint on how to market this business. That other stuff, you really, truly, if you wanted to sit down and go down a rabbit hole, you can do that by yourself. But when it comes to marketing, you're not going to find my marketing strategy on Google, on a YouTube video, on a TikTok video, on a Facebook post. You're not. That's why my competitors can't compete with me because they don't know my blueprint. Only people who know my blueprint are my students. And because that's what they pay for, right? They can't compete with my students either because they don't know. Right? Yeah. Makes sense, right? So it's all about that marketing. It's all about that. If you go to my Google and you see my reviews, the level of, if you just look at the reviews that I have, the level of those clients that I have, you're talking about paying $1,500 or more. These people, and they don't have a problem paying me. They don't have a problem paying me. Okay? They're not going to question your pricing. They're coming to you because that's where they want to be. And this is why I tell you guys, we don't do the Pookie and Ray Ray thing. I don't do the Pookie and Ray Ray dance. Okay. I focus on luxury clients, valuable clients, clients that are going to keep me in business, not clients that's going to be one here with me next year here. They, you have them hop around clients, right? In this business, I call them hop around. Okay. I call them, that's what I call them normally. But I call them the hop around clients. You don't want them because I experienced that my first year in business, and that's when I revamped my whole business because I had a bunch of hop around clients. And I didn't like that. I said, oh no, this is not sustainable. And I need a sustainable business so that I can build generational wealth for my children. If I don't have a sustainable business, now I'm continue every day, every week, every month, every year, I'm hustling. I'm not trying to be a hustler. I'm a businesswoman. Does that make sense? I ain't doing that. I don't need to hustle. I'm a businesswoman, so I don't do the hustle and bustle. And that's what I teach my students. I don't want you hustling, bustling because eventually you're going to get tired of it. Do you know how many people closed their tax business because they were in hustle mode and they were never in business mode? So they got tired of the hustle. You don't want to get tired of the hustle. You want to actually build a business, build a brand. Okay? Any other questions, guys, before we go? That's right. She said, I want me a luxury clients. That's what I'm talking about, self-love. That's right. You want to get luxury clients. Don't let nobody, and don't feel bad about having a bougie business. My business is bougie. Come on, I'm like I tell you, I'm the Beyonce of the tax industry. We're very bougie. Okay? We have standards over here. And we have rules and regulations. But that keeps me in business, right? That keeps me in business, right? So you have to make sure you build your business the way you want it to be so that it can actually last. Okay? Any questions, guys? $1,000 a day. Just think about it. Do the math. Do the math, guys. $1,000 a day. Okay? That's $1,000 a day. It's $7,000 a week. That's $28K a month. Everybody, what's 28 times 12? Not even 12, because I only work 9 months out of the year. Okay. And then the rest I do vacation. I used to do the 6 month on, 6 month off. That get boring very, very quickly. I will tell you that. So now I do 9 months. So guys, what's 28,000 times 9? What's 28,000 times 9? It's $252,000 for the year. There you go. Numbers don't lie, people do. So even if you did $1,000 a day with just 2 clients a day, like you were saying earlier, self-love, what if I did 5? But you could do 2. You don't even have to overwork yourself. Do 2 a day at $500 a pop. You talking about doing 10? Chill. Just do 2. 2 a day, that's good money. And you're not even working the field for 12 months out of the year. Make it make sense. You can do more, but do you really have to? No. If you did 4 a day, that's almost 500 grand a year in less than a year. Right? Well, that is 500 grand. A little over 500 grand. If you say, okay, well, instead of 2, I'm gonna aim for 4. You can do it. That's 500 grand a year for you. And you didn't overwork yourself. Right? Y'all don't hear me. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Any questions? I said 10 because I was to be scared. Oh, no, take that. Listen, I tell my students this all the time. Do it scared. You hear me, self-love? Do it scared. I did it scared. I won't even sit here and lie to you and be like, oh, no, I was scared, but I did it scared because I needed some money. Okay? After I finished working with my coach, I paid this guy to help me out, make sure I know I was doing everything right. After I finished working with him, the sky was the limit. Hey, soul searcher. How you doing? The sky was the limit. Like I said, my first month, 80 grand, over 80 grand. Over 80 grand. And it wasn't even a whole month, y'all. It was less than a month. I kid you not. It was less than a month. And my husband, he was my boyfriend at this time. Well, not my boyfriend. He was my man because I was at that age. I wasn't having no boyfriend. I had a man. He was my man. And he had come into my office and he said, you all right? I said, yeah, look at this. And I showed him the bank. I said, I didn't realize it was that much. He was like, that's how much you made in less than 30 days? I said, yeah, I just got the deposit. I got 2 deposits. Both of them was over $40,000. Yep. And he was like, you got to stay focused. And I did. And granted, y'all know me, I love to be transparent. My husband, who was my man at the time, was my first investor. He said, you want to do this? I said, yeah. I told him, I said, the guy that I need to go work with that's doing this in Tallahassee, because that's where I started my business at. He wanted me to pay him $4,000. But I had something of value that he needed as far as my skills. So he had bought it down to $2 grand. He said, you give me $2 grand, I'm gonna lay it on you. This is how I met Mr. Ben Crump, right? I mean, Mr. Ben Crump is the first guy that showed me a black card. I went to my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, and I said, yo, I need $2,000 today. And he was like, for what? And I was like, this guy is going to help me with my business. And he said that if I give him this, he would coach me through it. And he did just that. Right now, today, when I did my grand opening, he bought me this little picture. It sits above my door in my house that I bought. And that was the best $2,000 I've ever spent. Never regretted it. I made that plus more back. And even with him, wow, I'm so tired of working for somebody else. Girl, you don't have to. Why you got rid of your message? I just saw it before you got rid of it. Girl, you ain't got to work for nobody else. You ain't listen. That's how I got started, friend. I was so tired of working for them people. They were treating me like I didn't matter, but I was doing all the work, training people, doing this and doing that. But they were treating me like I didn't matter, and I was so tired. Now, full transparency, I stayed on my job until I finished building the whole business. I used their job to build my business. I did. While I was on their job, I was building my business. I ain't even gonna lie. Because I knew I was leaving. But I couldn't just jump up and leave my job, okay? Because I still had bills to pay. Okay? So I didn't do that. I stayed on my job, did what I had to do. Like I said, I had a coach. So he was walking me through, just like I do for my students, like he did for me, I do for them. He was walking me through every step. He held my hand all the way to my grand opening. All the way to my grand opening. Didn't miss a beat. It was only thing I needed to do was follow his lead. And that's what I did. Whatever he told me I needed to do, I went and did it. We would meet every week. Every week I would have a homework assignment. Come back and have this done, have this done, have this done. I was done in like, I want to say 60 days, but I think it ended up being 90 days because I ended up trying to do something with another person that was in the business, and I was going to do like a partnership thing, not a partnership, like an investor type of thing, and that didn't work out. So that kind of delayed my process because I ended up backing out of the way I decided to do it, and I went completely on my own. So that's the only reason why it took a little bit longer, but honestly 60 days really I was up and running. I had because he had, like I say, he had taken me through everything, all of the steps, same thing that I do for my students. And like I said, that was the best $2,000 I had ever spent. Like I did not regret it. At first it was like, ooh, right. And during this time, so like I tell my people, like when my students become my student, they have it better than I did because they didn't have like Afterpay and Klarna, because my students, they use Afterpay and Klarna all the time to get in my program. I couldn't do that for my coach. I had to pay it up front. So again, that's why my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, came in, where he was able to invest in it for me. And I made his money back over 100 times. Okay. So it was a great investment, but it's all about just getting started and knowing that that's what you really want to do. And like self-love said earlier, you got to be tired, right? You have to be tired of the situation that you're in and willing to do what's necessary to move to the next level. If you're not that tired, you're just going to be someone that's just getting the information. You're never going to do anything with the information, and you're just going to have information, but you're not going to have any progress. You're not going to see yourself changing and walking off that job like I did. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions about 1, 2, or 3, or anything else that I possibly can answer for you? If I can answer for you, I will answer it on this live for you. And if you are watching a replay, always put your comments in the comment section. I will get to them when I can. Okay. Anybody on the live have any questions for me before we go? We're over a little bit over the time, but that's okay. If you do guys have any questions for me, let me know now in the comments. If not, we're going to go ahead and end this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know I'm here every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, teaching you guys how to make this money and how to get to the bag. Okay, it is not complicated. Again, I do this completely from my house. You see this? Matter of fact, this is my office. This is my first building. This was my office building. This was the office building that I rented in Tallahassee. This was my folder that I used when I was going through training with my coach. So I always have this because it has a lot of my business stuff in it. So when I'm here working and I need to pull business stuff, but this was the picture that I put in here because this was the building that I was trying to acquire, and I end up getting it. So this was my first building. So I always keep this. I never get rid of this. This is my very, very first office building. And then I got another one, and then I closed them all down. And then now I'm completely in my home. It just saves more money. You don't have to get those brick and mortars. Getting that building was really a money grab. I spent a lot of money in that building that I probably shouldn't even spent. I should have just kept that money. But you live and learn. So I wouldn't advise you to just go jump out there and get no building Don't do it. Don't do it. It's more of a money grab for them than it is for you. Okay. All right. Doesn't look like you guys have any more questions. Guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, guys, peace, love, and happiness. Bye bye.